I was practicing my intro in the mirror before this, but now I've forgotten it. I need to like speak slower as well because I listen to everything on 1.5 and then at 1.5 I don't understand myself. So I need to like slow down.
Do you understand everyone else except you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, I look straight out of I need a haircut, but I also am trying to save my haircut.
For when?
For when I go back to Australia in October.
Wow.
You're waiting till October to...
Yeah.
To get a haircut?
Yeah, I
there?
don't have to tip on haircuts. Why the fuck am I tipping on haircuts here?
Wait, when I was in Australia, I tipped after my haircut, and they were so confused. They're like,
Yeah, why?
I was like, oh, that's what I do.
Dude,
That's
nah.
what I do. Yeah. Love us Americans.
That's so weird. Dude, have you seen Australian money?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
What do you mean hilarious? The little plastic strip in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of BYOT. We are a group of friends who live in New York City who like to share our stories and occasionally spill some tea. My name's Eddie, and today I'm joined by...
Hello, this is Richard.
Oh my god.
And this is Dan.
And I am May.
How's everyone doing today?
It's good. It's good.
That's good. The weather's finally
It's
good
very
now.
nice.
We're getting into fall now.
Yeah.
70s.
I don't think we're gonna get like another 7 p.m. sunset for like until next year.
We played pickleball this week, and it got dark super quickly.
Oh.
So
Sad.
We started at like 6:15 and then at 7 it was pretty much dark. And then we just tried to play. They should make light up pickleball courts actually.
Oh.
light of pickleball.
Actually, did you guys hear there's going to be pickleball courts, like indoor pickleball?
There's
Yeah.
already one place that does that.
Oh.
Yeah, just
But
opened.
it's so expensive.
Oh.
I think it's like a $500 joining fee and then
Are you
$120 to rent out the court for an hour.
Oh. Maybe we're talking about the same one, actually.
I went to it. It's like
That's
me.
life in New York.
I know.
That's what we're going to talk about today.
Life is expensive and
Good
that's
transition.
exactly what we're going to talk about today actually. Finances in New York City. Like how do you make your money go further?
Is it possible?
We'll find out.
We do have some finance people.
Not through legal means.
Oh yeah, we should say this is not legal advice.
We are not financial experts except Dan.
Well, no, I can't be expert too.
I think Dan is like the only one who's qualified to be a certified financial planner.
That doesn't follow my own advice. So.
But let's get into it. How good would you say you are at finances, managing your finances, and rate yourself out of 10?
I was talking to Rich about it earlier, but I think after I came to New York, it got really bad because there's so many uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
When I was in Georgia before, a lot of things were like very like fixed. Like I know how many times I would go out. Like I would just go out on the weekends, and I know like how much I spend on the gas and stuff like that usually. Here, like moving costed a lot, and then getting laid off costed a lot. So those two big holes like made my finances a little bad, I guess.
Don't you get a severance when
Yeah, I
you
was
get laid
gonna
off
ask.
though?
Well, it was like a month though, and then
Damn.
I only worked there for like 6 months, which is understandable. But yeah, that was like something that I wasn't participating, no, anticipating.
English.
Participating. Precipitating.
That wasn't something that I was anticipating. So I mean, like we always say, I think it's pretty much worth it. I think it's like a cost of living in New York.
Yeah.
But going back to the question, I would rate myself around like 3-ish, I guess.
Okay, I originally put down an answer for this on my notes. And I originally put down 7. But then the way you worded your question, now I'm also thinking maybe like a 4.
What do you mean? the
Just
way I
because
worded?
I think I'm pretty good at managing my finances. It's like a feeling, you know? Like at the end of the week, oh, I feel like I spent too much. But I don't actually track. So I don't actually know how much I'm spending each week. It's just more like, oh, I felt like I did pretty good this week.
Wait.
Maybe
that
that should be the follow-up question. Who tracks here? Like who knows how much they spend?
No.
No one budgets here.
I do.
I have
Oh, you actually do.
And that's why you rated yourself a 3.
No, I do, but I don't follow it. Like I like, oh, I spent a lot,
Yeah.
and then does it again.
Oh, okay.
I'm like the same. I mean, earlier this year, I got this app called Copilot, and
Not sponsored, by the way.
not sponsored.
But if you do want a referral, you can use,
you can use my referral.
which we'll leave in the description below.
But the
Yes.
thing is also like no one's gonna use the app because you got to pay like $60 a year for
Oh,
it,
yeah.
right? So like I feel like as I've like made more income, I had the spending creep where you move into like a nicer apartment or you spend a little bit more money on
Yeah.
something. You go from like H&M to like Zara to like Lululemon, right?
Damn.
All the spending creep keeps coming on, and then I feel like I would normally never spend $60 for like an app like this, but the app is what actually helped the most with like tracking spending, because I've used like Mint and some of the other ones,
Yeah.
Personal Capital, whatever, a couple other ones, but I never like used it like enough for it to be useful.
Yeah.
So like now I see all my spending, but like Dan said, like I still don't like, I'm like, oh shit, like here's my budget, I went over the budget.
Yeah.
And then next month again, like I went over the budget.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I have to
So,
adjust
like,
it.
So you're paying $60 a month for someone to tell you you're going over budget.
But I'm aware. I'm like, okay, so this is where it's going. But at the same time, New York is all about being spontaneous.
Yeah.
Spontaneous. You go out to some restaurant. Your friends are like, oh, let's go check out this place. You go there. Every time you go out, it'd be like $50 to $100 on like drinks,
Yeah.
getting in, paying for a ticket, whatever. So yeah, not saving a lot. Over budget every month.
What would you rate yourself?
Oh. I feel like I'm very savvy with like
Yeah.
deals.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm good with credit cards. There's a flow chart for people on Reddit
Yeah.
on personal finance. That's like the holy grail of like what you should be doing with your lives. So like I've always followed that ever since I was like out of college. So without all that included, I would still say I'm like a 4 or 5.
Oh, I was expecting
Wow.
much higher from you.
Wait, so just to review, it was 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, 4.5.
4.5. And what year?
4.
4.
Why do you think you're a 4? I think you're good.
I mean, we could bring it back to my original answer, which was 7, but I feel
4 and 7 is so different.
yeah,
though.
well, because I do think I spend it wisely. Like I don't make purchases or pay for things that I usually regret about. Like I think all of mine are pretty thoughtful decisions when I purchase them things, but
This is
then
sounding
again,
like a 7.
in my head I might think it's okay, but then actually on paper I'm like, oh, I'm actually spending a lot.
If you were in
And I don't wanna
Georgia,
know.
you'd be like an 8.
Yeah. New York
Or
versus
9.
Georgia 8.
Yeah.
You don't drink.
Yeah, I don't drink.
That should be a like big expense, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't drink coffee either, which I know adds up
That
for a
adds
lot
up
of
as
people.
well.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple, I guess.
Simple is good.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Fine, you guys convinced me. I'll put myself at a 6.
6.
Yeah.
That's a Georgia 12.
It's Georgia 12
Doubles.
out of 10.
How about you, Eddie? I feel like you're. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, I would. What do you think I am?
I think. I mean, I feel like you're the most frugal out of all of us.
Yeah.
Frugal.
So. What?
He was just saying he doesn't turn on his AC.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I was just saying that, so.
So
I
yeah.
would think 8.
Yeah, I was gonna rate myself an 8 in terms of
Oh.
finance.
Classic wearing a parka in the winter in his apartment.
Yeah,
In the
I
apartment.
yeah, we were talking about this before we started recording, but
Yeah.
like the average electricity bill I have compared to everyone else's seems a lot lower. But I guess I suffer through it a little bit
Yeah.
because
You were raised Asian.
I was raised Asian. I don't really use my AC. I don't really use my heating. AC, if it gets to like 100 degrees and it's super humid, I'll do it.
Okay, so that's your minimum, like.
If it's
Eh.
triple digits, yeah.
Oh
Triple
wow.
And then if it's cold, if it like starts snowing, maybe I'll turn the heat on. But also, nah.
I think heat I
Oh.
can do. Like if it's like if it's like cold outside,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
then I can just wrap myself around.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
the heat, like during summer, I cannot sleep. I cannot be productive. I will die. I will
I feel
die.
like you could find. Well, I've managed to find ways around it by just drinking ice water.
Drinking ice water.
And then with sleep as well, I actually sleep on top of my like comforter
Yeah.
in summer.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like exposed. out.
Yeah.
And I bought a fan, which was a $20 investment to save on AC expenses. So
I feel like my apartment's like literally the same temperature,
All year round.
365 days a year, 24/7.
Which is?
Wow.
Just like a comfortable temperature. Like I never turn off my AC or my heat.
what?
And it's always just like at the same temperature. And I'm like, if I go to my parents, they do the classic like no AC, no heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I will not live like that ever again. I'm just gonna be comfortable all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I feel you because when I was living with my parents growing up, the AC for our floor was in their room. So like if they
Oh.
They're
close the
in
door,
control.
like I cannot control. Like
Yeah.
it's super hot. Like I cannot sleep. Like but
I heard that like with AC, the longer you leave it on, the more efficient it gets.
So I heard it's better than like turning on and off consistently.
So my parents would always plan out like, okay, are we going to use the AC for like 6 or more hours? Because then we'll turn it on. But otherwise,
Wow. Okay, we see where you got it from,
Yeah.
Eddie.
but that, yeah, just reflects my lifestyle.
Yeah.
I suffer a little bit. It's fine.
I used to be like you too. I think in 2021 when I first moved, I did not use the AC. I barely used it. And then 2022 I started using it a little bit more, and then I think 2023 is when I'm like full blasting it now.
Do you have? I get
Full blast.
Not like to the extent of rich though.
365 days.
Yeah, not 360.
Did you have to buy your own AC or?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yeah, because a
It
lot
comes
of
with it, right?
yeah.
yeah, it comes in our rooms.
I think a lot
Yeah.
of the newer apartments are like that, but I remember first moving and then looking at some older apartments, and they were like, "This doesn't come with AC. You have to like buy
Buy
your
it.
own,"
Install it.
Yeah.
which is like such a crazy concept as well. And there's like a marketplace
Yeah.
for ACs, and you see everyone like lugging it with them, and they move from place to place.
You would never expect to do that in Georgia. Like that's like the bare minimum to have an AC.
To have AC. Does Georgia get hot?
Yeah, it gets super hot.
Yes, pretty
Is
hot.
Georgia in the desert?
What?
Because isn't Savannah in Georgia, and Savannah's the doesn't that mean desert?
Savannah's like a port.
Oh shit, I don't know anything about Georgia. Only in New York you'd have to buy AC and then move it with you. Like when you move out of your apartment,
Oh yeah.
you take your AC with you.
Priorities.
I know. So that's good to know where everyone stands. What do you think are your like top 3 expenses living in New York? I feel like number 1 is going to be rent for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rent. is
But what
pretty
else is
high.
everyone spending money on?
Definitely like going out to eat.
Mm.
It's a lot. Yeah, I tend to splurge. Like I don't know if you guys remember like me meeting Winston for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Like when I'm in a good mood, like I just tend to splurge on everyone.
Yeah.
And then I don't
We
really
love
think
that,
about
Dan.
I feel like yeah, you're always in a good mood actually.
I don't really tend to think about it. I
We're
like-
not complaining.
Everyone keep Dan happy. Dan's my investment.
Dan's your
No.
AC.
Dan's my when I'm too hot actually I just go to Dan's place.
Honestly, he's staying at my place next week,
Oh,
so
yeah,
feel free to keep it on.
I'll bring my fan actually.
I have a fan.
Splurge, Eddie. Splurge.
Yeah, splurge when you can.
I would say like food is probably one of the biggest things going out. Tips are getting out of hand.
Tip is so bad.
I went to this restaurant in Brooklyn last week, and the tip options were 20, 25, or 30
Oh my
on the
goodness.
tablet, and that's crazy. And they had a 5% like kitchen admin fee as well.
Oh.
It's like psychological, right? Like you want to get rid of that tip like screen as fast as possible.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So like you automatically
Instinctive.
think like it's the middle, like the 20%. It's like you press it, it's like 22%.
It's crazy.
Yeah. There was this one time I went to No Stress Coffee, and then I didn't want to like pay 10% off my coffee.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give them like $2 or something.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to like quickly get over with the tip screen, so
Yeah.
I did custom, and then I pressed 2 and enter.
Yeah.
And it was 2 cents.
Oh. Did they give you a look?
I was like, I justified it. I was like, I meant to press $2.
$2.
And they said it was okay.
Oh.
Have you been back since?
No.
Do they know you?
I don't think so.
I mean, at least you didn't press 0 too many times and ended up at like 20 or 200. I think eating out is big. I think just dating in general, like going out with my girlfriend to like shows or like activities.
Mm-hmm.
Like this weekend, we're doing a mooncake making class.
Ooh.
Which
that
should be
sounds
fun. It's expensive. It's like $125
Per person?
Per person.
Mooncake
What?
itself, like, do you
like-
see those one in City Acres, like $70-$80 per box?
Per box
Oh
as
my
well.
goodness.
And then just the technique for it is like,
It's hard.
it's hard to do,
Mm.
but I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
You just have to sort of deal with it, but like dating is one
Yeah.
of the biggest
Yeah.
expenses.
Mhm.
Well, can I say this? But I would like obviously rent. But the next one would be traveling. But does that
Oh.
count because
Yeah.
I'm traveling out of New York?
Yeah, I mean, that's still your expenses.
Yeah, definitely traveling is a big budget of mine.
You do have like one big travel,
Do you
at
think-
least per year.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more expensive traveling out of New York compared to California or anywhere else, or is it the same?
I think it's probably the same, but now that I've moved to New York, I don't know why, but I just want to travel for longer.
Interesting.
I don't know why, because back in
We don't want you back either.
Yeah, because back in the Bay, I could travel as long. Oh, I think it's because remote work. I think it's because I can work wherever I want now versus when I lived in the Bay, like I had to go to an actual office. So now that I have the freedom to work wherever I want, and let's say I'm going on a trip, I'm like, oh, I'll just tag on something else to make it more worth it.
Yeah.
And then like if I'm subleasing, it's harder to sublease for a couple of weeks, right? It's easier to sublease for a month or so. So I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna sublease for a month, might as well take advantage of it and travel even longer somewhere. So you know how I was gonna go to Indonesia in October for just 2 weeks. I ended up subletting for the whole month, and so now I'm like, should I go to London? Should I go to Sweden? Should I just add on these trips and then just be out of New York for a whole month? And then it's basically the same thing I did last year.
Oh,
Damn.
God. And you're coming back in the beginning of November.
Yeah, beginning of November for Quinn's birthday.
But I guess you're subleasing your place as well, which is like another way to sort of subsidize
offset, yeah.
Because when I lived in Chicago, I would travel a decent amount as well.
Yeah.
Because one, it's cheaper as well because it's a big United hub.
Oh.
But then rent was also not that expensive, so I didn't mind leaving it empty. And I think subleasing when you're going on holiday is a very big New York thing as well.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, everyone always wants to come to New York, so I feel like there's endless amount of possibilities to sublet at or with.
I feel like I can never sublet the place because Oreo.
Oh.
Like I would always have to, what is it? Like,
Bribe someone.
Yeah,
to take
bribe
care
someone
of
to like
Oreo.
take care of Oreo, and then I
Yeah.
give
Hey
you
Eddie,
free
I'll give you
fries.
some AC.
Sold.
Use the AC.
Unlimited AC for Eddie.
I don't really need the AC, but I'll
Yeah.
come.
I know, like when I'm going to Korea end of this year, like I'm gone for like 3 weeks. And my friend's literally just coming because she was supposed to come to New York, and then
Yeah.
she's taking care of Oreo too. So she gets free rent and I
Yeah,
get
I mean,
free
you
dog
get,
sitter.
yeah, so that's still a good trade-off.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
having Oreo / just a pet in general expensive?
Right.
Because yeah.
Dan spoils Oreo so much.
Oh, Nina spoils Oreo a lot more. Yeah. But like what I do is like I do the must thing. I need to take her to the vet. Like I need to buy her medication and like grooming and stuff like that. Nina buys her a bunch of toys and stuff.
Okay,
like
I was
that,
gonna say
yeah.
you buy like I've never seen a dog have so many toys than Oreo.
She goes through them so
She goes
quickly.
through
as
quickly
well.
though,
quickly.
literally. She got some like yesterday too, and then like they were already open like the same day. But
I
yeah.
wanted a pet as well, but it
Pet,
it
yeah.
seems so expensive with like adoption fees and vet fees and
It's also hard for travel or people who are
Travel.
like to
Traveling is
travel
hard,
or
'cause if
go
you-
out.
yeah, need to pay for like a dog sitter as well.
Yeah.
To bribe everyone. Literally, when that story comes up, everyone's just like, "Where are you going this time?"
Yeah, and then my third would be food too, just like you
Yeah.
guys.
I feel like for me, when I first moved into the city and I was like young, early out of college, I didn't travel for like the first like 5 years. I just didn't have money. It's like it all went to like rent and then going out. So like back then, going out was like probably second biggest expense after, like even more so than food. It was
Yeah.
like going out like 4 or 5 times a week, drinking excessively every single
Yeah,
time,
excessively.
like paying for tickets and then
Paying for like Ubers home.
paying for
When
like
you
that.
say going out, is that like concerts or raves or like just nightclubs or
It's like-
all of them?
Yeah, all of them
On the same night?
Probably all of them. I mean, actually, like back then we used to have like, you know how you have like AMC Stubs pass.
We
used to
make
have-
movies better.
we used to have that for like EDM shows and concerts.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like you can go to any.
Yeah, so it was like a monthly rate of like $25, and then you can go to unlimited things as long as you use a ticket. You can't reserve another ticket until you use it. So like, you just go on like a Wednesday, go out, use it, reserve another one for Thursday, go out again. And back then, like things were like tickets were like cheaper, so it wasn't that bad. But I was seeing like big name like DJs and stuff, and
Yeah.
they would have passes to like Izu and stuff. It was like $25 a month, and you can get a pass to Izu.
Wait,
How
doesn't
long ago was this?
It's like 2015 maybe.
Oh.
doesn't Brooklyn Mirage have something like that? They have a season
Yeah.
Oh,
pass.
they
Yeah.
do.
But it's like $2,000.
I know,
Oh,
it's
shit.
so expensive.
It's not $25 a month.
Yeah, I thought it was like 25 a month or something. Damn.
Well,
The
I guess.
inflation.
Yeah, I guess that's what I want to ask too, because Rich and May, you guys like going out like to those kind of venues.
I go out too, by the way. I'm
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he's like, don't leave me out of this.
well, I don't.
Yeah,
I
not as
don't.
much.
I don't as much as you guys.
Eddie
but,
only goes for the AC in the venue.
It's hot as well, and then I have to go home and use the AC.
Like, does that take up a lot of your expenses too? Because It's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah,
and just
it used
adding
to.
onto that as well, because I see tickets for the Mirage and they're like $70, $80,
Oh,
and
God,
then
it's so inflated nowadays.
I bought tickets to Izu, the Friday session RIP, which was $75 for multiple names as well. So I was like, oh, the festivals are probably a better deal.
Oh,
But-
way
yeah,
better.
festivals are a good deal.
So that's why like I don't think I go to events as much, just
Yeah.
because it's like $80 for
One
one
DJ.
DJ.
I think, yeah, nowadays for me, I honestly don't even buy tickets beforehand anymore. Like you guys know, I always ask you guys, but I always send it last minute.
Mm.
One, because I don't want to have the hassle of like planning for it. I'd rather go spontaneously.
It's
and
easy
then-
enough to get spontaneous tickets. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
selling.
Yeah, so I usually just buy last minute now, and it's like a fraction of the price.
I
And-
remember you saying like you
Yeah.
enjoy the thrill of
I
getting a
do.
cheap
I
ticket
do.
rather than
I love the
event.
thrill of it. Yeah, I think I'm more happy that I got a good deal than actually being able to go somewhere.
Has there been times where you waited so long that like you got the ticket more expensive than you thought you would?
No, then you just wouldn't go.
Yeah, yeah. I
What if
think
like all your friends are going and like you're just waiting for the last minute ticket and like you just can't go because you can't find it?
maybe before I moved to New York, like back in the Bay. So what prompted it was in 2021, I got some GovBall 3-day tickets for like $150, which is like $50 a day, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, this is such a good deal. And ever since then, I was like, I could do this all the time. So I just started doing that most of the time. But it's usually when I'm not like super adamant about going. You know, like I'm fine if I don't go. I'm fine if I go. So it's usually in those cases.
Yeah, I feel like you can't really do that for things you really care about,
Yeah.
where you probably just buy it in advance.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's a really good tip actually, because
Uh-huh.
that's something I do as well. Like wait until last minute.
Yeah.
Like when we went to go see Blackpink, tickets were $100 because
Oh.
I think people were trying to offload it.
Oh.
We bought it like the night before or something.
I actually bought Coachella tickets like the day of when I was there already.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
By
So you-
accident.
By accident?
Wait, what?
Because
What
like
is this?
normally, like it's like yeah, for most events, like you wouldn't care, you just wouldn't go. But like,
Yeah.
it was this like funny story where like I thought my friend bought my ticket, like you know, like your friend buys multiple
Oh.
tickets, but then like they were all like spoken for, and then
Oh.
like when I messaged her, I was like, "Yo, you got my ticket, right?" I think she read it over message, like oh, like a joke, like you're paying for my ticket, right?
Oh.
And then like she was like, yeah, I got you, haha, yeah. And then like a week before or like 2 weeks before, I'm like, yo, you got my ticket, right? She's like, yeah, haha, yeah, still got you. And then like literally like we're all at the house in whatever the city is, I forget what it
Coachella
is.
Valley. I don't know where is it.
No, it
India?
starts with a, yeah.
India?
No, it starts.
It's not India.
What?
India.
Doesn't it start with a P? Whatever.
Palm Springs?
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. So anyway, we're like there, we're all getting ready. Everyone's like putting all the glitter and everything. Everyone's getting ready. I'm like, yo, so what's my bracelet?
Oh, it's literally on the day of.
Where's my bracelet? She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, hey, you confirmed that you got me. You got my ticket.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
I thought you were joking.
Oh, my God.
So then I look on StubHub and it's going actually cheaper than like face value.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they have like a whole setup where you can like stop by this parking lot and pick up your StubHub bracelet.
Oh.
So on the way to the venue, I just bought it on StubHub, picked it up, and I was like, oh, it's cheaper, guys.
Nice. That worked out for
I
you.
got lucky. So it's
Man,
funny.
can you imagine we went all the way to California, right?
Yeah.
Coachella.
That's
Yeah, you were so
hilarious.
relaxed.
It was funny.
I would have asked her before. Oh, does she live here or no?
She lives in LA.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
so we wouldn't
Yeah.
see each other.
Oh, I see, I see.
That's funny.
But I was just laughing about it. Like I wasn't like panicking. I was just like, oh look, let me check StubHub. Oh, it's going pretty cheap right now.
Honestly, I would panic, to be honest. If
I
that
would
were to happen
panic.
to me,
Yeah.
like everyone's getting ready and like I don't have a
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like I would panic and end up buying a ticket that's like 2 times over face value.
Yeah.
just
that's
to
literally
make
what I
sure.
did last time too. Cause
Oh, yeah.
for what?
Cause Sharice
That's
said,
why
like,
you were asking that question.
well, Sharice was like, "Oh, let's go to this event." So I thought like all of us were going, right?
Oh yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
that
it?
one.
Yeah,
I
Dan
don't
makes
It's like
hasty
John Summit or
decisions.
something like that.
John Summit.
No, I don't. Was it John
I think it was
Summit? I
John
don't think-
Summit.
I have no idea. But like one of the guy, and then I thought we were all going. So like I bought the ticket. Like I didn't know about the Facebook Marketplace and like whatever like that. So I went
Damn.
and bought it on
On
retail.
StubHub.
It was
Yeah.
like $200 something.
I think I also messaged
Damn.
probably something like, "Oh yeah, like should we go? Haha."
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, as
Something like
as a
that.
joke.
Rich
but
added
like,
on to the fuel.
I was like, "Oh shit, like we're gonna go to this. Oh shit!" And then like Dan was like immediately just said nothing and just bought it,
He
like
sent
double
it
the
real
price.
quick.
And then we were playing pickleball like on the same day, and then we were like, "You guys are going, right?" And it's like, "What are you talking about?"
I was like, "No, that shit
I
was
was
like
like, okay.
$200." I was like, "I'm not going to that." He's like,
got it.
"Oh, what? I bought a ticket already." I'm like, "What? How much did you pay?" He's like, $200.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the hell?"
I didn't even know the artist. Like I don't know any of the music. I just wanted to hang out with you guys.
He just
And
wanted the
then, like,
vibes.
I was
You're
like,
saying the vibes aren't worth
never,
$200?
never again, never again.
Damn.
And it was just Cherise and her friends. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, why am I going?
Oh, did you end up going as well?
No, I sold it, but I lost like $130.
Yeah.
That's the
we
risk.
had to help him sell it.
Yeah. But worked out.
But
Well, it didn't work out, but
Dan's one of the
It didn't
victims.
work out.
I do feel like May's whole methodology of like New York is the land of opportunity if you like know where
How to work
look.
the system.
You gotta know how to work the
Mhm.
system.
Yeah.
You, like, you know, they say if you make it here,
you can make
You
it
can make it
anywhere.
anywhere.
in that song.
Yeah.
I think there's a song about that.
Is that? I don't actually know this. What's the song?
It's the New York song.
I don't think I
No,
know
not,
that song.
it's the Empire State of Mind.
Oh, sorry.
I
No,
know
no,
that
no,
song.
no.
I don't know any of the lyrics on it.
I have no idea.
But I think that's a good way to like pivot into our next topic, like
Mm.
beating the system, embracing the system. How are ways that you find just ways to save money or make your money go further in New York? One of the big things for me.
Mm-hmm.
So the MTA released the Omni like 12 rides per
Yeah.
week thing. Dude, I abused the shit out of that.
Oh, could you share it? Do you share it?
No,
Oh, you
How do you
can't
share it?
Oh.
It's just one
I
card.
don't
right?
share it. I just
Well, I don't know if you like double tap for.
You can't. There's a time limit
Oh,
in between
I see, I
taps.
see. Oh, damn.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Okay.
I just catch the train a lot. I don't think I've caught an Uber in like ages. But like when we go to play pickleball, I just train there even though it's like a 15-minute walk.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between that and then the unlimited pass?
It's
No.
just free after.
Yeah.
Unlimited,
12.
you have to pay the 12 and then you get unlimited, whereas the 12 is like a pay-as-you-go thing.
So it's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
it's the same.
Pay
if
as
you
you go
if
better.
you
If you use all 12
ride
or
more
not,
than
yeah.
12,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So-
back when I was working from home, I would just not go out. Like if I... This is going to sound crazy, but I would calculate if I would hit 12 rides that week. And then choose to either walk or subway.
It's like how your parents are like, "Are we gonna use the AC for 6 hours or not?"
I mean, that's where I got it from then. I got a spreadsheet.
Very suitable
yeah,
for New
such
York.
a data scientist.
Yeah, really living true to that. But that is my...
Oh, that's
not
yours.
really a tip. Just do whatever you want. But that's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I abuse the system a little.
I see. I
I
see.
see.
Well, one of my tips is
I already know.
what? What do you
What
think
is
I'm
it?
gonna
Food
say?
to do.
No, I didn't want to gatekeep. I wanted to gatekeep that, and I knew you guys were going to talk about it, so
I'll beep
I
it
wasn't
out.
going to mention that. But as the only girl here, I will say the one way,
Free day.
the one
Damn.
way I do save money is by going on some dates.
That was something I was going to bring up later as well, like how expensive dating is.
Oh,
But
God.
Go on, man.
I mean, you know, if I go with my friends, I have to pay. If I go on a date, I don't have to pay. So, I gotta balance out my weeks with some dates and some friend dates
So like...
to balance out my finances.
So... Is it like particular meals you're after? Like, oh, I want Italian food. Get me a reservation at Carbone.
No. I'm not picky like that. And I do think when you kind of state what you want, I feel like it kind of rubs guys the wrong way because it sounds like they're just a meal ticket.
But they are though.
Let's bring Charisse in.
Thank you.
I honestly don't even like talk to people with hopes of getting a date. I just like talk to them and then eventually they'll ask me on a date, and most of the times they offer a dinner right away, but some people offer like drinks, right? Because it's just easier, right, for people to go on a drinking date. But then usually I'm like, oh,
don't drink.
I
You
don't
don't drink.
drink. And it's not a lie, I really don't drink. So they're like, okay, why don't we just do a dinner instead? And then we do a dinner, and then most guys here, they're not really like cheap about it, so they'll take me to pretty nice places.
What are some nicest places you've been to?
Nicest places? I mean, I think I talked about it on the other podcast, but that one date where he took me to omakase, and then the spa date, and
Spa?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Sojo
He wasn't
spa.
there. He wasn't there.
Spa Sojo?
Yeah.
You and a guy went to Sojo Spa?
So we went to get
Wow.
omakase, and then we went to Sojo Spa after.
Is it good?
Where was the omakase?
It's in
the
Times Square.
spa.
In Times Square?
Yeah.
And then you guys went to New Jersey?
Yeah, we went to New Jersey.
Wait,
for-
he's from Jersey, right?
He.
He had a car?
Oh, he was from Brooklyn.
Mm.
No, we
What?
trained there,
This
and like we
guy's
bussed
everywhere.
there.
You
yeah.
bussed to New Jersey?
Yeah, we bussed to New Jersey.
It's
we
like
went
a
to
whole day event.
It was. I mean, we started dinner at like 5:30, and then we went to. I
You
think.
went to Sojo at night?
Oh, at night.
Yeah, we went to Sojo at night. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, did you stay over?
No, no, no.
Oh.
no.
Romantic.
Oh, wait, over at his
In New
place or at
Jersey. In New
Sojo?
Jersey?
Sojo.
Spa? Like, don't
Oh,
you guys like?
Sojo?
Well, it's not Jimjilbang, right?
No,
Oh.
I've never been there, but
Oh, you can stay overnight in the Jim Jill
they're
Bangs.
probably
Yeah.
24 hours.
Bangs?
Are they 24
Jim
hours?
Jill
I don't think they're 24 hours. That's also, I went during COVID, so that's when I don't think a lot of things were open
Oh,
at
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
time.
Wait,
So,
what?
But the
Spa was
spa was open?
so the spa is open, but certain parts of the spa wasn't open either. Like sauna
Interesting.
rooms weren't open.
So
So
like-
what are you
It's open
doing at the
then.
sauna? There's no sauna.
But jacuzzi rooms were open. Like
Like
all
outdoor-
the all
outdoor.
the outdoor pool stuff were open.
Okay.
Yeah, but not the insulated. Except one of the rooms where you could just lie down was
Wow,
open.
That's so bold. During COVID.
Yeah, yeah. And it was still pretty populated. Like there was still a good amount of people. I'm sure it's a lot
Yeah.
more people now, but even then
Mhm.
there was a good amount of people. So yeah, that was probably one of the fanciest dates. And then he took me to another place after too.
The same
What
day?
is open?
Same day.
Same
yeah.
day?
Same day.
Wait,
Yeah.
omakase spa and then something else?
Yeah. Did you guys not
Like-
listen to the other podcast we did?
Which is
No, no.
available on episode 12, which you can find on Spotify, YouTube, and your favorite.
It's a recent one?
It's
I think it was
previous
episode-
one.
It's
Oh,
last
yeah, I
week's.
wasn't
No,
there.
I don't think we talked about in finance. Oh wait, my
I
bad.
might
The one
be
I
listening.
hosted. The one I hosted.
Did you even watch it?
It's not out yet.
It's not out. It will
Oh
be
wait,
there.
yeah. It will. It is. It is out.
So where did you go
Um,
afterwards then?
we went to-
Where do you have time? So omakase, it's usually like 60, 90 minutes.
So this one is a 30-minute one.
Oh,
What
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Sushi by Boo?
Yeah.
You
Sushi
mean-
by Boo.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So it's
Oh,
a
30 minutes?
It's a quick one.
Yeah, it's near at Midtown. They have
Is
a
it like
location.
teppanyaki and they just throw it into your mouth?
You just really need to be on time. Like you cannot be late to that omakase.
But the entrance to Sojo is also like $60, isn't it, per person?
Oh, it's expensive. Yeah, I saw how much it was. Like, ooh.
Wait, he paid for everything?
Ooh.
Yeah, he like planned it out and everything.
Ooh.
I want to be a girl.
Yeah, and then we went to a
Sugar
pocha
mama.
We should get him on the podcast and get his views.
A pocha in Jersey or
in Jersey. Yeah, because back then
Oh.
New York had a curfew. I think it had a curfew around 11 p.m. So we stayed in Jersey to stay past the curfew time.
Wow.
New York had a curfew. That's crazy.
Yeah, New York
too.
had a curfew back then.
That's a
Everything
solid
closed.
date.
Yeah, and then we went to Pocha, and then he Ubered us back to Times Square, and then we walked around Times Square.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's
we
empty,
had a.
right?
This is
yeah.
never ended. This has got to be
It
like
was a
1
really
a.m.
long
at this
day.
time?
Yeah, it was basically like 1 a.m. at that time. I think
Okay.
we left the Pocha around 1 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we got here to Times Square, walked around, and then he rode the bus with me home. And then he like said bye to me at home, but he just wanted to make sure I was good. And then he parted
And
ways.
Please tell me there was no second date.
Huh?
Please tell me there was no second date.
There was another day.
Oh, okay. I would find that so funny. Like you just all that and just like bye.
Actually, we didn't get along that well.
It's like actually I didn't really like him,
And I never
It's
saw him ever since.
This is it. This is finance in New York City.
Yeah.
Why
so-
give this up? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good date. But I mean, there's a bunch of other guys that have spoiled me too, but not to that extent. I feel in terms of like thoughtfulness and planning it all out, and yeah.
Nice.
What was the original question again?
Yeah. What was the question?
The tip was
Oh, the
like
tip,
tips
the
on
tip too.
how to make your money go further.
Oh.
Don't date me. I would say is one of them.
Okay, just
Stay
so
away.
you guys know, I go on dates in like hole in the wall places too, or like free
Yeah.
dates, like walk in the parks. So I really don't care what type of date it is. It's just, you know, if they offer me a good date, I'm not gonna turn it down.
Mm.
That's fair.
I can't relate.
So the tip for guys is don't date.
Dating is expensive.
Dating.
Don't date.
But dating is really expensive
Dating
as well.
is expensive.
Is it being in a relationship more expensive or dating around more expensive?
I would
Maybe
say,
it depends on the person.
I would say dating is probably more
Yeah,
expensive.
dating
I
is
feel like
probably more
dating would be
expensive.
more expensive.
Because they have expectation of getting paid or like getting free meals.
Yeah, at least you could kind of split with your
Yeah.
significant
Relationship.
other.
In a relationship, it's like kind of long term. So
Mhm.
So how do you reduce expenses while dating, or is that not? Because for me, when I was going on dates pretty frequently, a dinner would be like 80 to 120 bucks,
Mhm.
and I was like, I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna go bankrupt before I
Yes, you
get
can.
a girlfriend.
Yes, you can if you want a girlfriend.
honestly,
Keep doing it.
Am I gonna hit bankruptcy first or get in a relationship?
It's
first?
a
That's the
race. It's a race.
No, it was so funny because one of our friend Carson, he mentioned it that there's like a Hinge Premium, like there's like a
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, apparently there's like
It's
a
been a
Hinge
while.
And he's
Premium or
like, I don't
something.
need that.
What's a hinge?
Apparently, like it gives you like a better matches, right? So
Mhm.
if you pay, like you're already paying for the meals and stuff like that for the dates that are not really working out, right?
Mhm.
So might as well just pay for the premium selections.
Mhm.
And
That's kind of that feels weird that you pay for a premium and then Hinge is like, you know what, these girls, they're not premium.
No, I don't think it's like that because I've paid for premium,
oh,
but I think it just gives you like extra like likes.
oh,
and
that's it.
little extra like filters that you can do.
I thought it was more like
It's disappointing.
you show up more on more people.
Yeah, that's what I think
Oh.
too.
You don't
I
think so? I feel like
don't
that
think
should
so.
be what premium is about.
Actually, yeah, that sounds like a good.
Because
Yeah.
they've gamatized it. Is that the word? I forget what the word is, but like they
Gamified?
gamified it.
Gamified.
So like,
Yeah.
so like
English.
I'm rubbing off through
English.
everyone.
so like they like give you currency like roses,
Mhm.
and then you only get one a week, or at least this is like back when I was on it. And then like if you're premium, then you get like more than one a week or whatever.
Oh, the roses! I remember.
So there's
the roses.
currencies and stuff. There's a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
And then I think that's what you pay for. I don't think you necessarily like show up more.
That's not worth.
Just a question: do you notice the roses versus likes? Does it mean anything to you?
Sometimes it does, especially because I think
Oh.
you get to the top of the likes when you're
Oh.
around.
Yeah. So
Get to the
basically, like if you let's say you like May, right, and someone else like May, your thing is gone. It's
Oh,
like
I'm hidden.
in the
Yeah.
back
it's
of the
just hidden.
pile.
It's
Unless
hidden.
if I go
It's
through
lower
all
down.
Yeah, it's
them.
lower down.
Yeah.
So if she doesn't clear out the list, she'll
Yeah.
never see the person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Unless if you're a rose,
Oh, you
then
gotta get
you'll
the rose.
jump to the top.
But if you're premium, you can see all the people who liked you.
yeah, yeah. That's one good thing
Oh.
about premium.
I see.
How much is premium?
I have no idea.
It's-
I'm not the person
Yeah.
to. I'm in a
I think it's
relationship
expensive.
now.
Did you help
expensive.
pay for Carson?
I paid $5 to him. He never
So
got
it's
it.
more than $5.
Oh, you should do a cost-benefit analysis of it. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
Eddie, help
Winston,
them, help
Winston,
them.
Winston.
You couldn't.
Okay, wait. I know we're not talking about dating, but I did have a question for you guys. If you are on a date and you know for sure that girl's not it,
Mhm.
are you gonna make them pay?
You know how sometimes girls like do the fake, bring
Yeah.
out the card.
Yeah.
If I really don't feel it, I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, if they
Do it.
if they offer
Uh-huh.
and it's like the card's already visible,
Uh,
I might be like, oh yeah, okay.
Mm.
I just or they're starting to put it down. I might not be like, oh no, it's okay.
Yeah.
I might not say that. I might just let them do it.
Sometimes there's the whole back and forth of like, oh, don't worry
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it. But
yeah.
if I'm really not vibing,
uh-huh.
Yeah.
sure, appreciate the
I
feminism.
I just like won't say it. I mean, if they're like they're going slow motion, they're fumbling a little bit. They're like, I don't know.
Just like, hurry up, drop it.
Tell me not to. Tell me not to. And then I'll just be like, put it down.
Because I was gonna say that's one way to, I guess, save some money.
But usually I feel like I would still end up paying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just to like get it over with. It's like, okay, no, let's
I can
okay.
just get home earlier.
Yeah.
Get home early. Okay, how
Dan?
about you, Dan? You're a little quiet over there.
We know
I
Dan's
mean-
answer.
I think like when I first came to New York, like I came
With the
without
expectation to pay for everything.
without knowing anyone here, right? So like
Oh.
I wanted to like image building, I guess.
Oh.
New York is so small. Like
Yeah.
let's say if I had one bad date, that's gonna spread out across. But that was like my mindset of it, I guess.
I see. I see.
This guy's so cheap.
Wait, isn't there like a Instagram or Facebook group saying
Yes,
like,
there is.
Damn.
No way. Like certain people.
Have you heard about
certain
this?
guys? No.
I think it's
I don't
called
know
like.
if I should reveal it for the girls out
Ooh, what's the criteria
But
going in?
I'll just explain what I know of it
Okay,
then. I
okay.
think it's called like, Are We Dating the Same Guy?
there. Mm.
And there's like a page where girls are just putting their date experiences on.
Ooh.
And
Interesting.
like other people can just comment as well.
How did you hear about this?
My girlfriend's on TikTok a lot, so she tells me. And she's
Oh.
mentioned the Tabby Swindler. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's so...
So someone's on TikTok already exposing this group.
Yeah.
Mm.
It wasn't your girlfriend that.
Maybe
She's
I'm
just
on
a
there,
consumer.
actually. No, I think it just.
You're on Facebook with a female profile picture, joining the group.
I've got a burner.
And then every time you see a picture of yourself, you're like, no, actually, this guy's good. This guy's really nice.
Adeline.
Yeah. Adeline. That's fine. All right, we'll keep that safe.
I'm not in
haven
it,
for
by
you
the way.
guys.
I'm not in it.
You're not
but-
in it?
No, but I've heard about it. Yeah. So you pay no matter how well the date is.
Yeah, and if I think it wasn't that good, then I just don't meet them again.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think because most guys, they go into it expecting to pay anyway, so it's
Yeah.
not anything different, not anything new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why, as a cost reduction effort, I moved to just strictly drinks as well.
Drinks, yeah. But drinks are pretty expensive too.
Drinks are expensive.
I think like drinks are more expensive
Yeah,
than the meals.
I heard
Really?
drinks are more
No, dude,
expensive.
meals-
cocktails, like if you have 2 drinks,
That's
Mhm.
already $50, right?
that's already at least $30,
Yeah.
$15 a drink.
But an
Oh.
entree anywhere is like.
Could be 20.
What, 2
It'll be
people?
entree and drink though. 2 cocktails is cheaper than a cocktail and a drink.
Oh.
Do the math.
But also, I feel like when you go on a date, especially a first date, you don't
not gonna
order
drink.
a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
You get
other
fries. You get a little thingy.
Mm.
that's
Maybe each get something small and like something to share.
and then you leave hungry.
Honestly-
I do hear a lot of guys leave dinner
Hell
hungry.
yeah.
There have been a lot of dates when I just come home and eat by myself.
Yeah.
Did you do that after our date or no?
I don't remember.
I feel like most times, like,
But we went to
there's
bakeries.
leftovers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
What, you gonna ask to box it on the? Because
I always take home the leftovers.
yeah, I've
that's an even better deal. Over order on your first date
And take
box
it home.
and take it
Yeah,
home.
And you get
Yeah.
multiple meals.
Don't meal prep. Just go on.
Low key, I do that, but not. I don't order. I'm not the one ordering. It's like the guy
That's-
who orders, and then we really can't finish the food, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Oh, we should take it home because I don't want to waste food." I'm like, "No,
Mhm.
you should take it." And he's like, "I insist, you take it." And I was like, "Okay."
I mean, they're not gonna be
I'll
like,
take it.
okay, I'll take it. I pay for it.
Yeah. I would. No, I wouldn't.
I feel like anyone.
if it's to avoid the back and forth, I would just be
Oh,
like,
okay.
take ownership of it.
Take
Like,
ownership.
I hate wasting food. I'll take it.
But I am a very messy eater as well, which is why I avoid
Mm.
eating on the first date. And the food I like is like garlic and onion, and it's not great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're doing that on a first date.
That's why I like mostly reverted to drinks for the first date.
Yeah.
You know, like there's all on TikTok. There's like all like the girls that are like, oh, like a new ick.
I'm the new ick.
Eddie.
No, there's a long
my
list.
face?
There's a long list. No,
My
it's like
face.
ordering garlic and oniony
I-
things on the first date.
Oh.
I feel like that could be one. I'm not saying like I saw
Oh,
that
I
on a
see,
video,
I see,
but
I see.
like there's just so many of those videos.
Yeah.
Would you say it is an ick if someone ordered garlic, just garlic, not pure
Just garlic.
garlic?
But she
That-
loves Asian food though, and a lot of Asian food has garlic in it.
Yeah, but I actually don't really like a lot of garlic stuff either because I don't like the aftertaste. The aftertaste
Yeah.
is like 2 days
It's
for
kinda
me.
nasty.
Yeah.
Mm.
If they ordered just garlic, I would be like a little. I would be a little confused.
Can I get a
Questionable.
bowl of pickled garlic?
You've got bigger problems than garlic breath. You've just got a weird individual you're on a date with.
Yeah.
Speaking of food sustainability,
Oh.
another thing that we do
Uh-huh.
to save
The
money
group
is,
does.
Is
That was like one of our first conversations
Collectively.
as well when we
yeah,
met at
yeah.
Queen's
when we
Night
met.
Market.
Yeah. I think that's how we all bonded.
about
Are we gonna,
Days
yeah, I
ago?
was like, are
Yeah.
we gonna reveal it?
they don't have referral deals though.
They don't.
They don't.
Don't talk about it.
All right, we'll take this out.
Let's just say we use an app that's for food sustainability.
So on top of all that, I think one of the things that I started embracing more as well in New York is credit card
Oh.
sign-up bonuses.
Mhm.
They're so good.
I can't keep track of it.
I can't either, but it's so good because like with Chase, for
Yeah.
example, you get like up to 100,000 bonus points just for like regular spending, which is so expensive as well for me.
Yeah.
Renting in New York City, there's a credit card called Built, and we'll leave a referral code down below as well if you'd like to join. But the biggest draw of it is that you get free points
Yeah,
for paying rent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually when you pay rent with a credit card, you have to pay a fee.
Yeah.
But Builds waives that, so
Oh.
And that's like the biggest expense for all of us.
yeah.
Pretty
So-
much anyone who lives in New York and rents should have the Build card.
Mhm.
It's
If
a
you-
no-brainer.
Yeah.
If you live in New York and you own your place, then you're doing fine.
And like they have this thing where on the first day of every month, it's like 6 times the dining. So that's where I usually like plan around. Like,
Oh,
let's
it's like
say if you're
double
hanging
points.
Hanging out in a group. I think Rich talked
Yeah.
about it last time.
They have participating locations for 5x dining.
Yeah.
But the trick is they also have built wallet. So
What's
you can
that?
you can put in like your
Other
Chase
cards.
card. You know your Chase gets 3x, right?
Yeah.
And then if you have like the Amex Gold, it's 4x for dining. You put all those cards onto your built wallet. Then you go to a restaurant that's participating in part of the build. So like Hupo
Oh, yes.
is a build participating restaurant.
Oh.
You go there, you pay with your Chase or Amex card.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3x or 4x, but then you also get 5x on built.
Wait, that's
Whoa,
sick.
Stacking up. That's, like,
is
crazy.
Cool.
I'm gonna do that after.
Yeah, the best things to do is like, I think first day of the month, you tell all your friends, you're like, hey guys, I haven't seen you guys in so long. Like, I really want to see you on like October 1st. Like, that's the only day, like, I really want to see you guys on that day. Like, let's go get dinner, okay? Let's pick a nice place too. It's been so long. And like, hey, don't worry guys, I got it. I got you. Put your card
It's
down.
only on the first day of the month.
First day, they have like a 6x
Oh.
on all dining. But then all other days, they have 5x on participating locations.
Oh.
The even better idea is set up dates on those days. Set
Oh,
up
yeah.
dates on the first,
Yeah.
add your card to the built wallet,
Mhm.
book it in advance.
You know you're
Just
going to be paying.
book the restaurant in advance. You can find the date later.
Yeah.
Huh,
That's-
maybe I'll do that for my birthday. My birthday is kind of near the first of the month. Invite 25, 30
Birthday
of my
dinner.
But then that means you'll have to pay for the dinner. I
And
feel like on
Venmo
your
everyone.
friends. No, and Venmo everyone.
Oh, smart. Because I was
okay.
thinking it could backfire if we like try and split your bill as well amongst us.
No, I'll pay.
No.
All of us will be fighting.
I mean, for like me and my friends, like we're all like pretty on top of like the credit card churning game. There's so many occasions, especially early on, where like, okay, who has like spending requirement to
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
to meet, and then like it's like, oh yeah, I need to like 3,000. So we're like, okay,
Yeah.
fine, you get it this time. But then like all the other things with inflation and stuff, like the deals have gotten like progressively worse. I remember when I first started, it was so easy to churn spend, like fake
Yeah.
spend. Like you would just get like a card. And it'd be like, oh, spend $3,000 in 3 months. I could immediately charge that card like $3,000 on Google Wallet, and then
Oh.
send that to my friend. And my friend would Venmo that back to me, and I'd pay off the card immediately, and I'd immediately get the points.
Oh.
But like a lot of these vendors took away that ability to do those things
because of people like you.
because we're all abusing it.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And like for like years, I didn't pay for like any flights. For years, like to this day, I still pay for like a lot of like Quinn's flights because like it's just more cheaper to pay with points a lot of times than with cash.
Yeah.
And then I have like a spreadsheet of all like the creditors that I've had, and when I opened it and closed it, usually you wait about 2 years and so you apply for that card again.
Yep. You keep track of when you're eligible for the sign-up bonus
so
again.
some of the cards that I have now or that I'm like about to get again, like I've already gotten the bonus and gotten free flights, so I'm gonna get it again soon.
And just
So-
keeping track of that and then using that every time. So I know like Chase, for example, every 5 years you're eligible for the sign-up bonus.
I thought it was 4 years.
Or maybe it's 4.
If you go to Reddit churning,
Yeah. Churning.
I mean, that
there's
too.
usually like you go to like you ask them like, okay, what card should I get? I have like this much spending naturally. I have like I can manufacture X amount of spending.
Yeah.
And then you do all that and you kind of follow another flow chart there, but it's pretty easy if you're able to maintain like a mindset around doing these things. The funny thing is like it's not even about like how good the deal is. It's like people's mindsets. Like in finance, they always say like the old way of thinking is like people are rational and the economy is like efficient. But I think more and more you realize with behavioral finance, behavioral psychology, like people, in my mind, people are irrational. I used to go to work and be like, yo, MealPal's doing this deal. If I refer 6 people, they'll give me $1,000. This is a deal that he had, like actually. And if I went and signed up with 6 random accounts, it would cost me like $100 or $100 something per account. So I would still, if I made 6 accounts, I would still net like $300 to $400.
What do you mean it'll cost you $100 per account?
If I made 6 accounts and
Oh, and you
paid
have to
for like a
subscribe.
monthly or
Yep.
whatever subscription for all 6, I would still net like $300 to $400. So then I went around the office and I was like, well, like I can still make money and like I get MealPal all the time. So I went to my coworkers and I was like, look, I'll Venmo you $100 right now if you just click on this link, make an account, and just and they give you free meals for 1 month. So I'm like, you can get free meals for 1 month, and You can just try it out. You can cancel it after a month, and I'll Venmo you $100 on top of that. And you know how many people took this deal?
It's not people.
Like one, like my one friend, and nobody would take it. And like after that incident, I was like, wow, like people are just irrational. Like I think with my mindset, I was like, look, like this is such like a no-brainer. Everyone should be churning cards. Everyone should be like doing this or that. Everyone should be like signing up for all these like freebies. Because it's so easy to do. It just takes a little bit of effort, but nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think your pitch was the most convincing either. I felt like Kyle and someone was trying to sell me life insurance. I was like, this sounds...
I think that's what people ended up feeling like. But at the same time, like, it was kind of legit. I don't know.
I think if it like sounds inconvenient for you, then even if it's like free money or free meals, like if you don't think you need it, then I think people tend to not take that opportunity, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not like that financially savvy.
I mean, Quinn still doesn't do like any of the things that I do. Like, I'm sure we all have like or have had significant others where like we're doing all this stuff. Like I'm getting all these points, but they don't care for it still.
Yeah. So it's because she doesn't care.
I don't know.
You should ask her. You should ask her.
I know my girlfriend like.
Let's bring her in.
I get so frustrated because like I've had global entry for so long. This is
Dude, global entry is so good.
Have I mentioned
Wait,
this
what?
before on the
What's-
podcast?
No.
Someone explain.
Global entry.
Yeah.
So if you have one of those like travel credit cards, they pay for your global entry.
So when you go to the airport, you go to the rich people line.
Oh, okay.
But you have to
Not
be
the
citizen,
peasant
though.
line.
You have to be a citizen, I think, or it's...
Or a permanent resident.
Yeah, you
Some-
have to be a citizen.
Oh.
You have to be a citizen.
How about TSA? Do you need a...
TSA, you need to be a citizen as well.
Oh, okay.
The worst part about being an immigrant in this country is
Yeah.
when you land back in like JFK and you have to go into the other line, and it takes like an hour to get through.
Oh,
It's so shit.
damn.
My credit card also gives me Clear as well. I don't know if that's good.
It's
I don't
okay.
trust
It's okay.
Clear, man.
You don't trust
It's like a
Clear?
private company, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a private company. Who's got my fingerprints?
Because they have biometrics saved on their data.
Yeah. But that's one of the credit card benefits as well, and I feel like maximizing them.
Have you ever needed to use Clear?
I've missed flights before,
Oh.
which we can say for later.
Get the Built card. Get the Capital One Venture X card. It's free basically. You get you get your money back.
We'll put referrals in the description below.
I'll put all my
Everyone's
referral
referral.
links.
Yeah.
Choose your favorite member.
Choose your favorite member.
But talking about credit cards, can we talk about like how many credit cards we have and like how do we utilize all of them?
I've lost track.
Oh.
You've lost track.
Yeah, I lost
I
track too.
I don't really count.
What? I'm sorry.
Wait,
I'm
how
on top.
many do you have?
I'm on 7.
7?
Oh, so you just keep track. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure I have around that. I just don't count.
Keep track.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of scary as well. But the thing for me is I have a different credit card for each category of spend
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like groceries, I use this card. Online shopping, I use this card.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's why I need to budget because like I get so anxious without like knowing how much I owe this card without having to like pay at certain time because they all have different closing dates.
Oh,
They all
yeah.
have different statement balance. So like I want to maximize that in terms of like I don't want to pay everything all at once. I just want to
Yeah.
pay that statement balance so that I don't incur any interest
Yep.
or like it doesn't affect.
That's also a tip for our viewers.
Yeah.
Don't ever have credit card debt.
Yeah, don't ever.
Don't
that
ever
shit
don't
compounds
incur interest.
so quickly. How many credit cards do you guys? Oh, you just don't keep track?
Oh, me? No, I
Yeah.
think I have. I don't know. I think I have like 5 Chase, 5 Amex, 5.
What the fuck? Sorry, can I swear?
That's a lot.
Yeah, probably like 15.
Wow.
Is all those 15 though?
No, I feel like
You just don't close them.
I have a Chase business that
Oh, you have a
put
business card?
I have a lot of business cards too.
Wow.
Your
Um,
business cards doesn't affect your personal credit score, does it?
There is some separation. It probably does affect it somewhat, but like if you're applying to a lot of Chase credit cards,
Like the 3 to 5.
the business
rule or
ones that
something
you're
like
applying to doesn't affect your personal applications
I see.
because they have certain limits, right, for
Yeah.
how many you can get in a time frame.
So you have 5 businesses? I don't know
No,
where
I
the
just have
line
one
is.
business, but multiple cards.
5
for that
businesses.
I don't know the line between like advice and fraud, and I feel like we're edging closer and closer to the fraud. Bringing it back to dating, which is what we love to discuss on this podcast.
We love it. Can't get enough.
How do you plan your expenses with your significant other? Do you split expenses down the middle? Like,
Why
Chivalry
you guys are
dead.
looking at me?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like Dan, you can
Me?
start the conversation.
Well, for me, like I mentioned it earlier, like as long as I can afford it, as long as like it's not like going crazy over my budget, I don't mind paying for it, right? And I will reach out. Like I made it very clear that I will reach out if I do need like help and like paying for our meals or something like that.
Reach out to your girlfriend, you mean?
Or like I will let Nina know, it's like, can you take care of this one or something like that. And she knows, she's aware of it. But
Yeah.
I think as long as like I didn't have crazy expenses in that month, that's like offsetting everything. Like I don't mind paying for it, because like Nina, it's not like she doesn't like pay for anything. Like she does like pay for my ice cream sometimes.
Yeah.
Like she does surprise me
That's your
with some
biggest
desserts.
expense.
Yeah,
Your biggest expense, the ice cream.
No, because
Yeah, you should have said that. Ice cream is.
That is.
my girlfriend and I don't drink, so that saves a lot of money. But what offsets is like we love desserts, so
You do.
yeah. Like even today, she was like, "Oh, if you guys are done by 10 o'clock, let's go to Spot Dessert."
Okay. Thanks for checking.
I was like, "Where are you
Dude,
going?"
we should Fan Tuan Spot Dessert.
Why?
Cause you know how one thing that tangent, but freaking Spot Dessert, you have to use Apollo ID.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like auto 20%. Yesterday I went to the Spot Dessert. The toast was $14. I ended up paying $20.
What? Wait, why? What? Huh?
Wait, why'd
Huh?
you go
You
there?
paid extra?
You should have taken your date.
French toast?
Huh?
The
Should've
brick toast.
taken your
The brick
date.
toast. Yeah,
what?
it was
So it was
$14,
Wait, so
and it somehow ended up at $20 with like that auto tip and tax and everything. And
What is the item? Toast? Describe the
The
item.
golden toast.
it's
Describe
a
the
golden
golden
toast. It's
toast?
just like bread, ice cream, and whipped cream and some strawberries.
Oh, okay.
It was 14 something, and it ended up at $20.
Why are we mad?
It's like
Is
half
that not
the
tax and tip?
Yeah,
wait,
it's
that's
like
a lot.
half
That's
of it.
50%.
Yeah,
Is it because of Spot or is it because of?
the app Apollo ID, and
Oh,
the
the
thing
app.
is the only way you can pay there is by using the app now.
Really?
You
What
can
the
either pay in cash or the Apollo ID. But yesterday I did see someone paying with card, and then we called them out. I was like, hey, I noticed that table was able to pay with his card, and then he's like, oh yeah, sometimes we allow it, and I was
What
like,
the
what?
fuck?
They told me the other week they don't allow it. You have to use Apollo ID. And then so we used it, and then when we saw them do it, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna come in, and next time I'm just gonna try to pretend like I don't have cash and just use my card next time. But yeah.
Only allowed when when you pay more than 20% of the tips.
So Apollo makes it you have to pay more than 20%?
Yeah. No, you have
What
to.
the
20% is the minimum.
Oh, yeah.
You can't change it.
Do that.
So that's what I hate about Spot. But on Fontuan, 30% off.
For delivery?
She loves Swantuan.
I've never used Phantom.
let me refer you.
It seems very intimidating because everything's in Chinese.
Yeah, I think
But
you
major
referred
discount.
me, but I never used it.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, we're going to go soon to travel. So you're like, I'm going to wait until we come back. I was going to remind you of Quinn, like, hey, by the way, you can use Fontuan
Welcome
now.
back. Download it now. Use my referral.
Sorry, anyways, yeah. Dessert.
Yeah, dessert is a lot.
I think with my expenses as well, we don't really keep track of it, but we just like take turns to do
Yeah.
it. Like I'll pay for one and then she pays for whatever, but it's not like a strict hard and fast rule.
I like that.
I feel like different people I've dated wanted different things. For like the big things, I kind of how do I explain it?
So for big things, I usually split it.
The big things you usually split it. Like if you're going on a vacation, you
Oh, yeah.
pay for like a flight for 2 people, hotel, whatever. You usually split those things. I think for like rent, if you live together, I split it based on our income,
A proportion.
proportionate. For like food and going out, I think we take turns. But I've dated different people that want different things. Like I dated one person who like I think they had a bad experience with their ex, who like they would fight about like their finances. So like as soon as we started dating, she was like, we're doing 50-50 on everything. And I'm like,
Wait, she was trying to fight
For
to do
50-50?
it.
yeah, she was like very
That's
adamant
great.
about it because
Love it.
she,
Feminism.
She didn't want to have like this to be an issue. She's
America.
like, I'm done dealing with this issue. Like,
Oh,
we'll go
is it-
50-50 on everything.
Is it because the ex would hold it over her?
I guess so, yeah. And I've had that with like other people. Like I've heard of other relationships where like after the relationship ends, like someone's like asking for something back. They're like, oh, yeah, give me back that like laptop I bought you. And I'm like, oh, that's like
Tough.
So like they probably had like a bad experience. So that's why I have like experienced different things.
I think we're all in a pretty lucky and fortunate position where we don't need to be thinking about
Yeah.
finances that much. But I can definitely see like for maybe other couples that it's a more contentious point.
Yeah.
What are your views, May?
My views?
On like the relationship splitting bills.
Actually, I was gonna ask you guys, like, ideally, what would you want the split to be overall?
I don't think I like setting like a specific split on like certain things.
Just name a number. That's what the viewers want.
Sounds good, but give us a number. I think because I do enjoy like the nicer dinners as well sometimes, but I know it's going to be double the cost to me.
My friend wants to go. I'm like, hell yeah. Whatever. Let's go right now.
Rich, let's go. Let's
Let's
go
go right
afterwards.
now.
Well, when you said about like you guys take turn buying each other's dinners, right? Like who gets to choose where you guys go? What if you pay for something really nice and Quinn takes you to like McDonald's or something?
McDonald's.
I don't keep track of it like that. But I think it's more so like I would start suggesting fewer expensive places.
Oh.
Okay.
In my situation, it's usually I'll pay for dinner and then she pays for dessert, and that's
Yeah.
like, well, that's good enough.
Yeah.
It is what it is, whatever it is. We don't really keep track as much. I mean, I keep track.
Was it always been like these? Like, was it always been like this?
English.
We just need like
Has
we
it
need
al-
a sound of just May saying English.
English.
Has it always been like this ever since the beginning of the relationship?
I think I was even worse.
Oh,
really?
like,
Worse.
what do you mean
I
worse?
love money. Have you guys seen the
Mr. Crab or something?
the bit from like Ronnie Chiang on like Chinese New Year?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. There's like, we can link it below, but pretty much he's like, Asians love money, giving money, receiving
Oh, yeah,
money.
yeah.
Oh, I seen that before.
No,
Yeah.
literally what you say on New Year's is like make a lot of money. or
Hope you
something.
get rich.
Oh.
It's not Happy New Year, but I think that's a perfect capture of my character as well. So yeah, at the beginning I was very eager to split 50-50.
Oh.
But I think over time, like, we have had disagreements about it, and in the end it's just not worth it as much.
Not worth the disagreement.
Not worth the disagreement.
Oh.
To bring it back to May's question on like what's the ideal split.
Mm.
In an ideal world, there would firstly be no gender pay gap.
Oh.
But
Okay.
in where it does exist,
Uh-huh.
I would like to split as indexed by the gender pay gap.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think the current statistic is like women earn 78 or 88 cents per dollar. If we can split our expenses like that, that's perfect.
Oh,
That way it's
okay.
more even.
Wait, but question for May. Like, let's say you make twice as much as your boyfriend, and you guys live together. Would you proportionately split the rent?
I feel like we wouldn't talk about how much we make until we get pretty serious, right?
Well, you're living together now.
Yep, it's pretty serious to me.
I've never been put in that situation, but yeah, probably I would do it based on that because we're pretty serious at that point where,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm not gonna be ached out by him making less. Like where I can see him as a potential husband and father, then yeah, that's fine.
Do you guys have to show like your 1040 form to like show you how much you're making every year?
Mm-hmm.
To who?
Wait, really?
No.
Oh my god.
What if you just like lowball it? And
My
say,
tax
"I-
return goes to my girlfriend first and then to the IRS.
Yeah, like what if you
No.
lowball it?
I think there's a lot of couples that like you never say your incomes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I find that weird. I think it's important to be transparent because
think
it's
so
part
too.
of.
Oh yeah, actually that's a good question. Like when did you reveal how much you make, or have you guys? Do you guys know?
Yeah.
Okay, and when did you guys reveal it to your significant
I say
other?
that shit to everyone and anyone. I don't really care.
Rich is just flexing that he's a millionaire. I
No,
actually get a
even when I
million-
was poor,
when he was only on 6 figures.
it's all about transparency and like
Yeah, I
even with my coworkers, especially like my friends, like anyone who's comfortable to talk about like their own stuff, like I'll talk about my own.
I think it's definitely an important part of building the relationship as well, especially if you are pretty serious together, because you do need that financial stability if you want to build a family, like invest in like a house as well. So I think it's important to share it.
So when
know.
did you guys share it?
I think it was maybe like 6 months in.
6 months in? Okay. How about you, Rich?
A few months in.
A few months in?
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
A few months?
I think like before we officially started dating too.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh.
I don't know what, like, I think something about like Kyle saying like, oh, he was asking like when he first met Nina, he was asking like what she does and blah blah blah. Like he said something about like, oh, she probably makes more than you.
Damn.
And I was like, let me put it down. I make this much. Now she does.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Cool.
Good to know.
What was the last question?
I think that was it. Just
Oh.
like your views on splitting. All right.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah. My answer to that was, by the way, I think ideally, I mean, if they make more than me, yeah, like 60-40.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Like proportionate.
Portion.
Wait, but like every time you go out to eat,
No, it's just
Yeah.
overall.
overall,
Overall,
rent
60-40.
and like big things.
Yeah.
I feel like to me it's like a deductible, right? It's like an insurance. Like
How is it
Explain.
deductible?
I pay the deductible as much as I can. If I can, they start paying now. You know?
Wait, is that how deductibles work? Deductibles mean you pay the first X dollars, and then
you pay the deductibles first, and then they start paying the benefits.
Oh, let me give you guys another tip for our viewers. So the way that insurance works in the U.S. is a little different.
That's weird.
it's so complicated.
You get a deductible that you have to meet before the insurance kicks in.
And you pay premium too every month.
you pay a premium. You have a deductible.
I killed the fly.
The
sorry.
funny thing about U.S. though is that like there's so many doctors, there's so many auto repair shops. You get into a car accident, you have a $500 deductible,
Mm.
and you go to one body shop, and I literally would walk in and be like, hey, yeah, so my car is got hit, and I'm not gonna pay the deductible, okay? It's like $500. I'm not gonna pay it, okay?
Mm.
You're gonna tell my insurance that I paid it, and they're like, oh, okay.
That's it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you don't pay that because there's so many competing. There's another body shop across the street, and I'm like, if you tell me that I need to pay it, I'm gonna go across the street, and I'm gonna tell them the same thing. They'd rather charge the insurance company $1,000, $2,000 and make some money than
But
ask for me to pay $500.
It's kind of hard to do that for the healthcare providers, though.
For the healthcare, it's the same thing. So
You can do that?
I used to go to a
What?
chiropractor, and they used to be like, "Oh yeah, it's like I don't know, like whatever copay every time you go."
What was I doing?
It depends what kind of insurance you have. If you have the high deductible plan, your
Mm-hmm.
deductible is really high.
No.
You need to see the chiropractor like 20 times for like things to start kicking in.
Yeah.
But I was on another plan where I was paying a higher premium and I had more of a copay.
Mm.
And I would just be like, hey, so I'm gonna come here every week for a massage. I'm not gonna pay the copay, okay? And they're like, okay. So every week, like during my work, I would go and be in the office. I'd be in Midtown. I had a chiropractor like a few blocks away. During my lunch, I would just go there, get a massage, like get some treatment, get like they would do some like fix my like muscle knots and whatever, and I just come out like feeling amazing. Go back to work, and I never really paid.
Wow.
But this is something that I never knew.
Yeah, I
I've
don't.
never done that. Yeah.
So this is all part of gaming the system.
I think it's called insurance fraud.
It's not. Yeah, it kind of is, but we got to do what we got to do to strive.
If you want to
wow.
see Rich put this like into action and into practice, leave a comment below and we'll
Come
capture.
with me on a day in the life of getting a free massage and repairing my car.
Dang.
Interesting. So I think on that note, let's wrap it up.
This guy's
Before
hungry.
we all go to jail.
Just a reminder
I've
that
only
this
scratched the surface of all the things that I can't say it. I can't say it on camera. I can't.
Pay for
Please
Patreon.
no. Please no. On the Patreon or the OnlyFans, I'll explain some
we'll
more
talk about
strategies.
how OnlyFans is a money-making machine if you've got decent-looking feet. But we'll save that for another time. So
All right.
that's all we have for today. Hope you guys learned something about finances and just how to manage your expenses in New York City. We'll leave a bunch of links down below if you want to use our
All the
referrals,
referral codes.
which is one way to sort of game the system, and we'd appreciate it if you did that. Next week, I think we have something juicy planned featuring the girls. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify, and leave a comment below if there's anything you want us to talk about.
Yes.
I think that is all for us this week. Thanks,
Goodbye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Saranghae.